Listen, Jack, we're going to give another $11 billion to Israel. If you fucking think that that's a problem, well, then take it up with the Habad. So cute, my little Hasanito.
Good morning. To state the obvious, over the weekend, with devastating storms in the south. I spoke for a couple hours with leaders yesterday affected by this hurricane, and Governor Kemp of Georgia, Governor Cooper of North Carolina, county officials in the Big Bend region of Florida, and other leaders in South Carolina and Tennessee about the broad and devastating impacts of Hurricane Helene. It's not just a catastrophic storm, it's a historic, history-making storm. The entire Southeast and Appalachia. Damage from the hurricane stretches across at least 10 states. Winds over 120 miles an hour in some places. Storm surges up to 15 feet and record flooding. Communities are devastated. Loved ones waiting, not sure if their loved ones are okay, as they can't contact them because there's no cell phone connections. Many more folks displaced with no idea when they'll be able to be returned to the home, if ever, if there's a home to return to. So we're keeping them all in our prayers, and all the lives lost, and those particular.
Listen, Jack, we're going to give another $11 billion to Israel. If you fucking think that that's a problem, well, then take it up with the Habad. All right, look alive. A lot of people talked about the FEMA budget shortfall. Well, to me, I say that's where the anti-Semitism breeds.
Unaccounted for. There's nothing like wondering, is my husband, wife, son, daughter, mother, father alive? And many more who remain without electricity, water, food, and communications.
Yeah, bro, look, didn't realize how many folks have no idea where Asheville and these other underwater towns are. I'm in Raleigh, 2 hours inland. Asheville is 4 hours west of me, up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. It was unthinkable that a hurricane could wipe out towns this far inland and high up. That's nutty, man. That's nutty. Climate denier takedown. Funny thing happened as the WAPO tried to map out 500 million years of global temperatures and the disaster of global warming. Hi, I labeled this so the world's dumbest people would get it. Temperature is low enough for humans to evolve. Fastest temperature increase in 485 million years. From Stinky, our resident meteorology chatter. Water in the Gulf has been exceptionally warm, 2 to 4 degrees Fahrenheit above normal. There have been 8 Category 4 or 5 hurricanes to make landfall on U.S. soil in the past 8 years. This is as many as the past 57 years of record. Sea levels in Florida is 8 inches higher than it was in 1950. This means higher storm surges. Thank you, Stinky19, for the information. My response to that is I don't believe you, okay? Guess what, dude? Dinosaurs, I think. I don't know. Depending on the conversation that we're having, I won't even believe that they were alive. They were alive 6,000 years ago alongside Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Yeah. Don't worry about it. God will sort it out is also such a, like, devastatingly... It's a devastatingly tragic comedy almost, the irony in that statement. Because, you know, God is sorting it out. It's just killing people then, all right? GG's, I guess.
Homes and businesses have washed away in an instant. I want them to know we're not leaving until the job is done. I also want you to know I'm committed to traveling to the impacted areas as soon as possible, but I've been told that it would be disruptive if I did it right now. We will not do that at the risk of diverting or delaying any of the response assets needed to deal with this crisis. My first responsibility is to get all the help needed to those impacted areas.
Have you considered a plant-based diet to help do your part? Thanks, man. No, I haven't. Okay. I have not.
I expect to.
That's crazy. Vegans, please, dude. Vegans. Even if we are talking about the enforcement of such a thing, you have to understand this has to be done at the systemic level, okay? Please. Like, what you're describing is some of the most like scary aspects of government control that don't even exist in the Green New Deal that Republicans point to on a regular fucking basis. And even then, it needs to still be enforced by the government, okay? There is no world in which like you are individually going to fix this problem. It's just not going to happen. Bro, even mine's like, just don't eat as much cow to help mitigate your climate effect. I don't, but it doesn't, but that doesn't change. It's not going to move the needle at all. Okay. Oh, unless the government moves in the direction of not subsidizing our agricultural production as much in an effort to make it so that people eat less and less meat, it's just not going to change. And also, you're talking to a chicken genocider anyway. I rarely ever eat beef. Rarely.
To be there. Excuse me, I have a cold. I expect to be there later this week. I and my team are in constant contact with the governors, mayors, and local leaders. The head of FEMA, Deanne Griswold, is on the ground now in North Carolina. She's going to stay in Asheville and Appalachia region for the foreseeable future. There's been reports of over 100 dead and consequence of this storm, and there are reports of up to 600 people unaccounted for because they can't be contacted.
Really? Don't you consider the more invasive parts of government outreach the potential limits on free speech on social platforms? Wait, what? I'm still leftist and will advocate for governments who do this sort of stuff, but it's only part I'm worried about due to some personal reasons. What? I don't know what you mean by social media outreach. I don't know how we're going to fix this, but I don't think limiting information is the solution to this problem. But I do think hardening our underlying educational infrastructure is the solution to this problem. But we're not fucking doing that either. Like, the way I explain it is like this. I like Alex Jones as an entertainer. I can consume Alex Jones content as an entertaining figure, right? Oh, I thought you were talking about social platform, like free speech restrictions on social platform. I don't know what you mean about like meat consumption. When I say the government needs to deal with that, this has to be dealt with at the systemic level. I'm talking about subsidies to meat providers and like limiting the amount of meat that we are, creating, like limiting our agricultural output, or putting additional regulatory checks on the ways in which agricultural production works in this country. But that is like one of the scariest aspects of this process to begin with. Since you said it was the scarier part for you regarding government reach, sorry for confusing you, lol. But in terms of like social media communication, I don't know what you mean by that. Hasan is not a moral person. He admits veganism is the moral responsibility. Do not get your ethics from him. Just learn politics. Yeah, I mean, I know that I don't have issues. I'm a speciesist, and I do not have issues with animal meat consumption. This conversation is getting so far off base now. God damn it, vegans. You represent, what, 2% of the fucking community, and you literally, just stop. Just please stop.
God willing, they're alive, but there's no way to contact them again because of the lack of cell phone coverage. I've directed my team to provide every available resource as fast as possible to your communities to rescue, recover, and to begin rebuilding. In addition to FEMA, it includes the Federal Communications Commission to help establish communications capability, the National Guard, the Army Corps of Engineers, and the Department of Defense are going to provide all the resources at its disposal to rescue and assist in clearing debris. And
what were we going to say about social media, Alex Jones? Oh, what I was saying is like, I am at least like well educated enough to know what Alex Jones is saying is fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So from that position, I can enjoy his commentary purely as entertainment, like as a crazy person. But unfortunately, given the lack of education for many Americans, and given the way that it currently works in the United States of America, there are plenty of people who do believe everything he's saying and don't just treat it as like entertainment. Okay. So in that situation, I don't know what to do. You know, I don't know what to do. Education doesn't fix stupidity. It makes it a lot harder. It makes it a lot harder for stupidity to thrive. It's like saying, oh, well, healthcare is not going to fucking make less Nazis. You're wrong. It will. Okay. Free healthcare will absolutely play a formative role in at least taking away a significant pressure valve from people's existences that causes economic volatility, that causes instability in their lives, that causes a fucking pressure point where they just like look for answers and will become duped by right-wing sentiment. Anyway.
Delivering life-saving supplies. So far, that's over.
Nazis exist in places with healthcare. I know, but oh my god, oh my god. The point is, you're never going to full-blown solve this issue. Okay, there's rich people who are fucking Nazis too. Look at Harlan Crow. Okay, my point is, it's about limiting the impact, limiting the spread of dangerous ideology. Okay, that's the point. That's the goal. That's what we should be working towards. Okay.
1,600 personnel deployed. That number is growing by the day. I quickly approved requests from governors of Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Virginia, and Alabama for an emergency declaration. And I approved additional requests for the governors of North Carolina, Florida, South Carolina, and for a disaster declaration to pay for debris removal, provide financial assistance directly to survivors. FEMA and the Small Business Administration are there to help the residents whose homes and businesses were literally destroyed, washed away, or blown away. And the federal search and rescue teams have been working side by side with state and local officials and partners in very treacherous conditions to find those who are missing. And they'll not rest until everyone's accounted for. I want to thank all the first responders and everyone who's been working around the clock.
I don't know if it's intentional or not, but some chatters completely misunderstand or just choose to not hear what you're saying in order to score some kind of gotcha on the streamer. Yeah, it's because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break, and that's my biggest gotcha for like 30,000 people in here. And they probably develop a little bit of resentment. Maybe they have a little bit of anxiety at the top of the hour because they know it's coming. They feel it in their heart and get worried. That chatter came to you with good intentions and you used them for a segue? Yes, because I'm a bad person. Next question. Anyway, you might be wondering, Hasan, how do I harden my security against the top of the hour ad break that's 3 minutes long? I want an uninterrupted broadcast experience. The answer is simple. For $4, you can avoid the top of the hour ad breaks by subscribing. Or if you don't have $4 for free, you can do that by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account where you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite broadcaster. You can also get gifted a sub. Orbital Pyramid, thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Or if you gift a sub, Twitch also, I think, gives a sub as well. I don't know if they're still doing that. Maybe they're not anymore. It's the last day of September. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Missing belt loop? What are you saying? I'm not. Why are people saying missing belt loop? You have to give 5 subs minimum for Twitch to give a random sub amount? Oh, yeah. Suspiciously, the random sub amount that Twitch is giving is 1 every time.
one of the brave teams was volunteer.
They're cock watching. That's why they're looking at the fucking. Anyway, Justin, thank you for the 5. Syntaxer, thank you for the 5 gifted.
To be there from San Diego County Fire Department, set to travel all the way from California to North Carolina to help. But on their way, they were in a terrible car accident in Louisiana. We pray for their full recovery, but it was a bad accident. We know there's more to do, and we'll continue to surge resources, including food, water, communications, and life-saving equipment. We'll be there, as I said before, and I mean it, as long as it takes to finish this job. Let me close with this. As president, I've seen firsthand the devastating toll that disasters like this take on families and communities. I've been on the ground in many disaster areas since I've been president. Excuse me, and I've heard dozens of stories from survivors about how it feels to be left with nothing, not even knowing where or when to get back on track. I'm here to tell every single survivor in these impacted areas that we will be there with you as long as it takes. For the sake of yourselves, excuse me, and your families, I urge everyone returning to their communities and home to listen to the local officials and follow all safety instructions.
He's dying, bro.
Take this seriously, please.
He's dying, bro. He's dying, Brody. He's
safe. Your nation has your back, and the Biden-Harris administration will be there until the job is done. God bless you all, and I'm thinking of those that are still wondering where your loved ones are. Thank you.
We need to supplemental to help the people in the Southeast, Mr. President.
Say again?
We need to ask Congress for a supplemental.
That's my expectation, yes.
You know, roughly how much you're thinking?
Not yet. This is a historic storm. It's devastating. They've never seen anything like this before. And some of them are back-to-back, 3 storms in a row. So it's really, really devastating.
Would you consider asking Congress to come back for a special session to pass a supplemental?
That is something I may have to request, but no decision has been made yet.
Do you have a sense of where you'll go when you are able to go, sir?
Yes, I told the governor of North Carolina I'd go down, and I expect to be down there by Wednesday or Thursday. It would be clear for me to go. You guys have traveled with me. You know, there's an entourage. This can be disruptive.
Is there a mistake for President Trump to be down there today in Georgia? Is that disruptive?
I don't have any idea.
On another issue,
This was wild too when Biden was asked any comments on the strikes in Yemen. Okay, we're gonna move on to the best part of the Brandon policy, of course, foreign policy. Okay, but before then, here it is. Do you have any words for the victims? We've given everything that we have.
Yes, it's tragic. As a matter of fact, we're trying to get the exact number. My FEMA advisor is on the ground in Florida right now. There's a distinction between the numbers that FEMA's used and the ones that are used by the locals. So it really is amazing. You saw the photographs. It's stunning.
It's unbelievable.
It really is.
Such a wide area.
And we've given them all everything that we have. We're on the ground ahead of time, so we're working hard.
Are there any more resources the federal government could be giving them?
No, we've given them, we have pre-planned a significant amount of it, even though they didn't ask for it yet. Hadn't asked for it yet.
Do you have any words for the victims?
Anyway, do you think he stepped down because he actually has a terminal illness? No, dude. I don't think so. I think he stepped down because he saw the fucking poll numbers.